Hello to Anna Scott. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Let me chat to you today. So, can you tell me roughly how long have you been a singer-songwriter for?
I've been writing songs since I was really little. I've been performing for a really long time. I released my first song in 2020, so I've been releasing music as an artist for the last 5 years, but I've been a singer-songwriter pretty much my whole life.
So, what was it like going into the recording studio to record your debut single called Mountain?
It was so fun. My first single that I did, Mountain, I actually went in the studio with my dad. My dad played drums and bass guitar, and I did acoustic guitar. And we had a few musicians come in, and Eddie Temeka was our producer, and we did it during COVID. So when everything was locked down, we just decided to go to the studio and cut this song. And it's a song about my mom, so it was really special and holds a special place in my heart even now.
So, continuing the single that released called Extra.
Yeah, so we recorded extra too. So I have 15 songs currently out on streaming platforms, and I went and started to record back in 2020. So it's been a whirlwind of songs, but extra's a fun one too, because I like to go all out with my stage outfits and stand out, and so extra is just about being yourself.
So, I'm going to move on a bit now. Okay, so, can you tell me the single is called Time?
Time, yeah, Time was one of the first I recorded in Nashville. So, uh, my first 8 or 9 songs I recorded back in Cleveland, and then in Cleveland, Ohio. And then uh, I had already been living in Nashville, but I was kind of going back and forth. And so, Time and Deal were the first 2 songs I recorded in Nashville. And I got my friends in the studio. We all played on it, and my friend produced it, and we did it at the Record Shop, which is a studio in Tennessee, and it was so fun. Yeah.
So, can you tell me what's it like being in Nashville? Can you tell me what's it like?
It's crazy. There's always something going on. There's always live music, and there's musicians everywhere. Like if you were to go to a restaurant to get some breakfast, like the person that is your waiter or waitress is chances are they're either a producer or an artist, and they're writing songs on the side and they're performing. And so a lot of people in Nashville are just performing in music, and they're really talented. There's like no shortage of talent in Nashville for sure. But it's beautiful here. I mean, you drive out a little ways and you see cows and farms and hills, and there's Gatlinburg, and but like downtown Nashville is all the city lights, and there's like a ton of bars like next door to door all the way down the street that we call Broadway. There's just bars as far as the eye can see, and they have music going on at all times. I think I looked it up once, and they said I think it's like 130 bands are going on at once. So
Wow, that's
at any given moment from like 10 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock in the morning, there's bands playing all down the street, multiple levels of each bar. So it's really cool atmosphere to live in.
a great place to visit. Must sort out a passport. Come one of the days.
Yeah, you
So
should. You've got to make a trip to Nashville sometime.
yeah, come see you perform. That'd be good. So can you tell me more about the single that released called Strangers?
Yeah, so Strangers actually won an award for the One to Watch Award for Nashville Songwriters Association International. So it's a organization that obviously spans all over the world, and they're based in Nashville, but they have chapters everywhere. So if any of you are writers, you should look them up. They're a really great organization. They advocate for songwriters, and I submitted this song right when I first wrote it, and it actually won an award for the one to watch. So that was really cool. It was the first song that I had gotten awarded as a solo writer. I wrote it 100% by myself, and it's a really special song for me and kind of a turning point for me as a writer. So that song came out last year, and it's gotten some cool traction. So it's been cool to see the other side of it.
Congratulations on your winning your award. So, where do you get your inspiration to become a singer-songwriter?
I just, I think ever since I was really, really little, I always knew that I wanted to sing. I used to sing all the time at home, and my dad was in bands growing up, so I'd go and see him play. And my family's very music oriented. Like everybody, chances are there'd be a guitar at like every family gathering. And my mom's a beautiful singer, and so I just grew up around music being played around the house, and I think I just fell in love with it when I was really young. So songwriting just kind of fell out from that. Like songwriting has always been a way for me to understand and process different things that are going on in my life. And I think it's just become more and more of like a therapeutic thing for me. But ever since I was little, I mean, I wrote my first song on a piece of construction paper, like brown construction paper and a crayon. So I've been writing for a long time, and I think I've just always known that it was going to be a huge part of my life. I just didn't know what that looked like until maybe 8 to 10 years ago is when I started realizing that, this could really be something that I could pursue for a long time.
So, can you mind singing a release called Little Red?
Yeah, Little Red, I released it in November of last year, and it was such a fun one to write, but also has like a really intense meaning behind it. So it was um really just inspiring for me, and cool to like have people tell me that that song was therapeutic for them as well. I mean, I think the main goal of everybody as an artist and a writer is to reach people and to connect with people and to give them an outlet to understand what they're going through and feel like they're not alone. And with Little Red, I mean, I touched on some pretty heavy topics of dealing with um emotional abuse and mental abuse, and just trying to figure out how to stand your ground and uh stick up for yourself when, that's not always the easiest thing to do. So when I had people reach out and say that Little Red was meaningful to them, or they went through a similar situation, or they just appreciated that I touched on that topic, like it really makes doing this worth it. Honestly, that's the whole point. I mean, I love music and I love performing, and it's so fun. And there's times when I'm getting up on stage and I'm dancing around, and then there's other times with songs like Little Red and Strangers where it's touching on topics that maybe people feel alone on, and they shouldn't. They should know that they've got at least one person that understands what they're going through, and makes them feel seen and heard. So Little Red was very, very cool to release. And it's since been just an incredible song to play out. It's gotten a lot of really cool traction, and I love Little Red.
So, can you sing a release called Project?
Yeah, so Project is my latest release, my latest original release. I had a cover release recently, so that's my actual latest release. But this is my the first original song I put out this year. Uh, it's the first song I put out that I had co-writers on. So all of my other songs, for those of you that may not be totally familiar with, I wrote those all by myself and released them, and I didn't have anybody writing them with me. But for Project, it was the first time that I had released a song that I'd written with friends. I've been co-writing for a really long time, but well, not a really long time, just a few years, but it feels like a long time. I feel like I've written a lot of songs with my co-writer friends. But this song really spoke to me. I had this title for a long time and the idea for a long time, and kind of similar to Little Red in the situation of like are you're learning about what you deserve in life, from people, from friends, from work relationships, from romantic relationships. You're learning like what you deserve and what your standards are, and how you feel you should be treated. And Project is just saying that. I mean, you aren't willing to put yourself in a relationship with someone that isn't willing to work on themselves. I think everybody should be working on themselves. And so Project was the first song I released with my friends Nick Saro and Carly Zimmerman, and it's taken off. I'm so I can't believe that it's gotten the recognition that it has. I actually recently played it at the Bluebird Cafe, which is a huge venue in Nashville, a really huge milestone as a songwriter. As an artist, I definitely was a huge goals list check off this week. Actually, played it on Monday. Um, and I'm just so grateful that it could be Project because it's such a important song for me and it really has taken off and people really like it. So it's exciting for me. That's the goal.
Yeah, because it was your debut performance at the Bluebird Cafe, wasn't it?
Yeah, so technically, I did play the Bluebird Cafe right when COVID happened in the United States and specifically in Tennessee is when things started shutting down. So I actually Zoom called my performance and performed it in my dorm room at college. And that's been, I mean, almost 5 years ago. So it's been a long time since then, and I've finally got back in the Bluebird and I was able to see it for the first time. So seeing it for the first time and being able to perform in the same day was just very overwhelming and in a good way.
So, can you tell me more about your latest single called Livitating?
Yeah, so this is a cover of a Dua Lipa song, "Levitating." I've loved this song for ever since she released it. Honestly, I think Dua Lipa is incredible. I wrote a few papers on her in college. She's just got a really cool story. If y'all ever have a chance to check it out, um, it just has a cool story about persevering through her life and through hardships of where she was living and having to move away and performing was like her way of getting out of a really hard situation. And I just think her voice is incredible, her performances are incredible, her personality is incredible, just her story is really cool. So I've always loved her as an artist and I've really gravitated towards this country music space, but I love all genres of music. I really like rock and blues and pop, and I just really enjoy all kinds of music. So when I was thinking about doing a cover song, I've been playing this song out for a really long time, and people seem to enjoy it. And so I figured, why not put my own little twist on this song and put a little Nashville into this pop song. So it's been doing really well. I'm just really grateful and maybe one day, crossing my fingers that Dua Lipa will see it and enjoy it because I think I had a good combination of respecting the original song and also making it me, which is hard to do as a cover song. But I've been playing cover songs on, for a living for the last 3, 4 years. So it's just been a huge part of my life, and I always knew that cover songs are what got me to earn my stripes in Nashville, and so it was a no-brainer to record a cover song.
It's a shame that people the venues don't like employ artists for their original music. I know they especially do them for the cover music. I think being original, it's to me, it's much better.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the venue that you're playing at for sure. I mean, there's no shortage of songwriter in Nashville. I mean, it's Nashville is very full of a lot of original music showcases and I've played a ton of writers rounds, which are where you perform these original songs, and I definitely have gotten those kind of performances, but then there's also the cover performances downtown where uh people are there to have fun and listen to all kinds of country music and all kinds of music in general, and I love doing that as well. So I think it's a good balance, and I do get asked pretty frequently on our main strip while I'm playing that people ask me to play my originals all the time. So it's really cool. I mean, honestly, I think it's a very supportive community for original songs.
I suppose you can do a bit of mix and match, I guess, when you're performing.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely switch it up. I don't sing the same set list twice, especially when I'm playing on Broadway. I mean, people are requesting stuff all the time and you kind of have to be ready to go and ready to learn these songs on the fly and entertain people. I mean, that's your whole job. So I truly love it. I mean, if I didn't love it, I wouldn't be doing it. So,
It's like we wouldn't do it as a career, would you? So,
yeah.
can you tell me what's it like being a independent artist for you?
It's chaotic. Chaotic to put it lightly. It's a lot of work on the back end. I don't think anyone can really understand what goes into it until you fully immerse yourself in this career. And as an independent artist, I mean, you're doing everything. You're booking your own shows, you're doing all your social media. You have to learn how to be a marketer, you have to learn how to do PR, you have to learn how to be your own manager, you have to advocate for yourself in situations when you're talking to venues that are used to talking to labels. I mean, it's you yourself. Me, myself, and I when it comes to those kind of situations. So I've definitely had to learn a lot and widen my skill set as an independent artist. But it's also really freeing because I know that I have a choice of what I put out and I have a choice of what I write. And I really have that freedom to just follow my journey and my creativity, and if I love a song and I really feel like it's going to speak to people, like I can go and record it and it's up to me. I don't have to ask people to do it. So the music industry has really changed over the years for independent artists. It used to be really hard to be an independent artist and also release music. And not saying that it's totally easy yet, but it's definitely gotten a little bit easier to get your music out there. And especially social media, it's so easy to, you have the entire world at your fingertips to perform whenever you want to perform and hope that it reaches people all over the world. And I mean, that's the whole reason why we're on this call is because we met, online, and just having that option is really cool, and especially as an independent artist.
Yep, to get your music heard around the world. That's what it's all about. So
Yeah.
I know you got through gigs coming up. So can you tell me more about them?
Yeah, so I regularly play in Nashville downtown. I played a few venues and hop around, so you'll see me probably wherever. If you are coming to visit Nashville or you live in Nashville, like chances are I'll be playing downtown. I have a few regular gigs at Freebird and Friends in Low Places, but for the most part, I'm just kind of bouncing around to whoever needs me. It's very you get a phone call and you show up and you're there, and you do your job and you play. So I have a lot of those gigs, which I'm very grateful for. And then I'm playing a few festivals this summer, which is really exciting. It's my first uh few like major festivals. The one that I'm playing in this summer is opening for Blake Shelton and Ashley McBride and Neil McCoy, and it's really cool. I mean, I not sure how I figured out how to do that, but I'm just so grateful and so excited. I'll be playing two shows that night. The final night of Country Concert in Fort Loramie, Ohio, and then I'm also playing Lorain County Fair this summer, and I am performing the national anthem and performing a set, and I'm just really excited. And then playing a few shows in my hometown this summer and more shows in Nashville, and I'll be, playing downtown during CMA Fest. So I'm really excited. This summer is going to be filled with lots of music and lots of shows, and it's just a huge next step in my career. So really, really looking forward to it.
What about coming a bit further afield, across the pond to the UK and Europe, maybe?
Yeah, I also do not have my passport yet, so I'm working on that this year. It's on my list. I filled out all the paperwork. I just have to go and get my picture done and fill out the rest of the application process. But I would love to. I mean, I'm so grateful that my songs have reached anywhere beyond the four walls of my apartment, let alone in the UK. And I have gotten some really awesome feedback from the UK specifically. So I'm just really grateful for that. And I would love to come and thank you in person and thank everybody that's given me this kind of love in person, and play some shows. I know that country music is a really big deal. And people don't realize, they think Nashville is like the country music space, but really there's a huge country music space. I mean, right around the corner from you. So I think that would be really cool to go see and um play shows and meet people and just see the world. I mean, I really haven't gone too far out of the United States, so it would be cool to go and visit. I've heard lots of good things.
Big wide world out there. Yeah, because country's getting very popular in the UK. So especially where I live, there's great independent venues that support independent artists.
I've heard a lot of good things about the audiences in the UK too. I've heard that we have this venue in Nashville called the Listening Room, and it's known as the Listening Room because you hear a lot of original music and people are very invested in what the artists have to say, where it's not always like that at other venues. Other venues, people are drinking, they're having a good time, they're not really focused on the music. And I heard that the venues are a lot more like the listening room, where people are interested in the artists and they're interested in what they have to say and really invested in the original music. And I think that that's really good. So that would be cool to have the opportunity to play a show in the UK.
I know you do some live streaming when it's COVID time. So what about doing some more live streaming if it's available?
Yeah, I actually go I do a lot of live streams on my TikTok. So if y'all ever want to get a little taste of what it's like to perform downtown in Nashville, I go live almost every Saturday. I'll actually be going live today. So and potentially, when this interview comes out, I'll be performing live as well. But on TikTok. But if you guys want to check it out, it's at Anna Scott Music, and I go live when I'm performing downtown, so you can get a little sense of what it's like to be on stage and have requests come in and play different songs and hear some fun music.
Okay, check it out on your TikTok. So finally, can you tell my listeners where they can find you on your social media?
Yeah, so I have a website. It's annascottmusic.com. Anna's two A's, two N's. It's palindrome. And scottmusic.com. So you can find all of my social media, all my music. I've got merchandise. You can see all my shows on there. But if you want to follow me on specific social media platforms, you can find me, Anna Scott, on YouTube. You can find me at Anna Scott on Facebook, on X, on Threads. Instagram is anna.scott. Did not have Anna Scott Music as an option back when I got my Instagram. So Anna period Scott is my Instagram, and TikTok is Anna Scott Music. So I would love for y'all to check out my stuff and catch a live stream or catch a show if you're ever in the Nashville area. I'm sure a lot of people will be making their way down to Nashville for CMA Fest. So maybe y'all catch a show. But I would love to see you and meet you and have you take a listen to my music, because hopefully you'll find one of my songs that you enjoy.
Thank me to chat to you today.
Oh, it was so fun. Thank you so much for having me. I've been so stoked to have this interview for a long time. So thank you for making time.
So enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Yeah, it's currently 8:30 in the morning here, so I'm gonna start my day strong, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your evening.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.